Inside of you, there are several tiny superheroes fighting off villains all the time, and today we're gonna explain exactly how this epic battle takes place.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Welcome students and curious minds on duty. My name's Tarek, and today we're going to talk about the immune system. Part 1. Your body is built to deal with all sorts of intruders out there. Because of that, it has a number of ways to handle possible invaders and either kill them or drive them out. And when we talk about a lot of possibilities, there really are a ton of possibilities. Because of that, we're going to explain to you some of the most common and simple ways the immune system works. And we're going to do that through superhero battles. And I promise you, you're gonna have fun. Your immune system starts with the largest organ in your body, your skin. And it's your body's first line of defense, keeping things from getting into your bloodstream and causing bigger problems. It has a bunch of ways to defend you, but the most important one for us today is simply the mechanical part. It physically stops things from getting in. Now, let's suppose that this line of defense ends up getting breached. So now we have an area that's open for infectious agents to get in and start causing trouble. In our case, a bacterium's gonna get into that wound and start causing problems. This bacterium is one your body has never encountered before, and if capable of taking down your entire system, a real villain. And when this bacterium gets into your body through your cut skin, it starts releasing a bunch of toxins to make your body more like an environment where it can thrive. From there, it'll start reproducing and multiplying, building up an army of attackers inside your body. At this point, your body will detect a problem through chemical signals released by the cells in that area, and because of that, it will call in some specialized cells to handle the issue, the well-known macrophages. They can come in all sorts of shapes and from different parts of your body, but they'll arrive at the battlefield through your bloodstream. This cell is large compared to the others, and it has the ability to phagocytize as many villains as possible, using little arms that stretch out and pull the bacteria inside. The problem is, it can only phagocytize about 100 bacteria, and we're dealing with an infection that's much bigger and way more resistant than that. So there are a lot of bacteria there, and the macrophages aren't enough to handle all of them, so they're gonna release a bunch of proteins that will call for more help from your body, and that help will come in the form of water to assist the macrophages with phagocytosis. Even so, the water wasn't enough, so new proteins are sent into the bloodstream to call for even more help. These proteins will find a new cell and signal that there's a problem. So this new cell rushes toward the infection, and now entering the battlefield is the famous neutrophil. When this cell enters the battlefield, it comes armed with some seriously powerful weapons, releasing a bunch of toxins into the area and killing anything alive nearby, whether they're healthy cells or bacteria. It doesn't matter to it, it'll destroy everything in its path. On top of that, it can self-destruct and release some proteins made from its own DNA, which stick to the bacteria and immobilize them. And to make matters worse for the bacteria, these proteins are toxic to them, wiping out anything that comes into contact with them. At this point, you'll start to feel the effects of an infection on the outside, like pain and fever, all because of this kamikaze cell. Even so, in our case, this bacterium is still more resistant, and it wasn't enough to get rid of it. Your body will keep reacting and releasing more and more fluids in the area to help out the brave fighters. These fluids will come with a series of specialized proteins capable of helping and getting rid of the bacteria, the complement proteins, which are part of a complementary defense system that we'll talk about in another video here on the channel. For us, as a whole, we see this process as inflammation happening on the surface of the skin. But again, the infection we're dealing with is very strong. So the cells on the battlefield will send out messages asking for more help, because all the efforts happening so far aren't enough. That's when a new cell enters the battle, the dendritic cell. This cell likes to carefully analyze what we're dealing with, and its main function is to see exactly what we're fighting against. So it engulfs some of these bacteria and breaks them down to see what they're made of. After that, it takes this information and returns to the bloodstream. Then it moves into the lymphatic system and heads toward the information center of our immune system, the lymph node. But hold on, this story is still far from over. So stay tuned, because we'll pick up right where we left off in the second part of this lesson, the immune system part 2. Don't miss it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and share, and remember that we have a new video every week. So subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to always get the latest updates. Thank you so much.